Get it, the net. Down it. Down it, down it, down it, down it. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bomb Squad podcast. I'm Colin Geddis.
I'm McCann.
Yeah.
Q
Radio. Yeah. Imagine we were on. Have you listened to any local radio recently?
I actually haven't. No.
It's bad, bro. Just you know, they have to squeeze in like a horseshit story. They're like, I was looking for, you know what I did last night? No one's like, what'd you do? Yeah. I get home and I wanted a yogurt and I've been waiting all day for this yogurt and I opened it, flipping out a date. I don't believe you.
Welcome back to Buddy FM.
Yeah, and then they're just like, anyway, here's Ed Sheeran. Absolutely. We're back. Both of us running on no sleep.
No sleep.
You're straight off the plane looking greasy.
Yeah.
Did you get a trim?
I did get a trim, yeah.
It looks well.
Thanks. And then I got a DM from my barbers that I went to in LA, the ones that used to hand out the free beer every day. And they were like, we miss you, lovely we DM to receive. Miss that big greasy mop.
Yeah. Miss washing the grease out of it like it's a bird in an oil spill. Getting the ferry into it.
They did the whole thing though, like your man always offers, but I never say yes to it, like the shave as well. Mm-hmm. I never bother with that. Because you're watching the people before you get it, and it's, real precise and all, with the right down to the wire, but I was like, no, I don't need that, man.
Yeah. You're just like, take off the pubes on the cheek.
Yeah.
The sparse pubes.
Well, that's the best part about having patchy pube face. Yeah. Is that I can just shave it off myself, no bother, keep the goatee. Then it's all good.
The goatee.
Yeah.
You do forget you have a goatee sometimes. Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's not by choice, I've been cursed by it.
Bro, you have a goatee.
I have a fucking goatee.
Oh, that's just hit me.
I look divorced. But like I can't, if I shave the goatee, like 3 chins unveiled.
It's mad because you could fully just I could show a video and make fun of the guy and be like, oh, sweet goatee, and you have one. You have one right there.
Well, I'm glad that it's subtle enough that you barely notice it.
It is. I wonder, is it because it's like you're like
fiery ginger?
Well, it's not. Well, that's what I was gonna say. You don't have like jet black hair.
No.
Like if I had one, madness.
Yeah, you look great.
Madness, like. But yours kind of just blends in with the pink and all. It
does.
Fades into the pink. That's your new show, Fade the Pink. Glow the pink. Oh, no. Guys, we're delighted to announce we have a new sponsor. Our friends at HelloFresh.
HelloFresh.
I'm very excited about this.
I'm very excited.
We get HelloFresh to the house. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. You would love it as a single man in New York.
As a single man who has a notion how to cook, never in my life could I ever get the skills to make myself crispy Cajun fried chicken.
You would have no notion.
Not a notion.
You wouldn't know where to start.
I'd be gazing at the air fryer for days. But with this, you get your own card, shows you the dish in the back, and then on the back of the card it has step-by-step instructions. You can't go wrong.
It says here on the paper, it starts off at $162 per meal. Can't be bad at that.
It takes the thinking out of dinner time.
It does. And there's no man loves to not think more than this man.
I love thinking about dinner, but prep wise, not a thought in my head.
Doesn't like to think about it.
And listeners of this podcast.
Now we're getting down to business.
Don't say we never look after you.
We never look at. Listen, it's Christmas every day with this. This is unbelievable. I've written it down. It's so good. You go to HelloFresh.com, use the code SQUAD50. Mm-hmm. You won't believe this. 50% off your first order.
Because you're part of the squad.
Because you're part of the squad. That's not all, folks. For the next 4 orders after that.
How many?
4. 20% off. Right? Now, hold on to your seat. Free desserts for life.
Oh, God. Don't say we never treat you.
Free desserts for life. Unbelievable.
All the cheesecake you can eat.
HelloFresh.com. Use the code SQUAD50 for all the above deals. Thanks, HelloFresh. Off the plane. Nice flight.
Delirious. I slept for about 3.5 hours of it, which definitely isn't enough. So I feel like real silly and giddy right now. But I was telling you as I was walking on the plane, like I had the headphones in now, music blaring, noise cancelling, all the best, and was walking on this like wee old dog stopped me, tapped me on the shoulder, and I took my headphones off and she goes, "I'm sorry." She's like, "Would you mind helping me with my luggage?" And I was like, yeah, no problem at all. She just had a wee like case like. And then as I'm picking it up, she goes, I would do it myself, but I got a really bad injury. And I was like, oh, no, don't even worry about it if it's 100%. And then she went to pull up her blouse to show me the injury. And I was like, no, you're grand. And I was like, what the fuck is she going to expose?
I know, you don't know what you're about to say. Look at my colostomy my bag.
Pulls up the blouse, just dog tits.
You're like, me too, love. Yeah, God knows what she's about to show you. But I mean, like, you best believe if I had a horrible injury, I'd be flexing it, like.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I saw a video of a guy with a fake eye. You know, the glass eye. I'd have the eye out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I would be fucking...
That's a great party trick.
Yeah, but anything, like, I'd be like, oh, this queue looks a bit long here. Hold on. And just pull it out and just be like, ah!
Put it in your mate's drink when he's not looking.
Yeah. Excuse me. Because, you know, or anything, no one's gonna, you know, you'd be haggling for prices and stuff just with a dodgy eye, and people be like, yep, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, take it.
Oh, it's a great ability to have, like. Just chuck her out and go full Quasimodo.
Just whip the eye out. See another girl on Instagram there, she had one eye, pulling the eye in and out. She was hot too.
No way.
Super hot. And then she put the other eye in, and you're like, oh.
Wouldn't phase me one bit.
Nah. Hit her from the back with no strings attached.
Knocked the ball out.
Another hole to play with. Oh yeah, fuck my eye.
That'd be well tight the knob, that. Too tight the knob. Not exactly gifted, but my holes, you know. It was crazy town, like.
Man, busting for an eye job.
Well, you know, that's the danger of trying anything that's been out there is once you do it once, maybe you're into it, then you're fucked.
That's like that story I heard about the guy with the, was like gonorrhea and the colostomy bag hole. Famously told to me.
Oh God!
It's a bit early in the podcast for that. You know what I mean? That's, you know, we'll save that for.
Sorry if you're driving north.
Save that for about 45 minutes in.
About to boke your backs up.
Marsh. Boke my backs up. I was in the hospital yesterday, so I'm running on similar sleep.
Yeah.
Eddie, some sort of. It's just children. You know what I mean? They can't explain to you what's going on, so you just think they're about to explode. You know, he had some viral thing, very sore abdomen pains. And they kept going on about his shoulder and all. And I was like, oh God, this guy having a heart attack and he's 5.
Yeah.
What's going on here? So he was just in a lot of pain, you know, holding on to my shoulders. Going, "Ugh." And I was like, right, get this guy to the doctor. Piss sample, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they were checking for like infection and then checking for like, you know what one of the tests is for kids? For appendicitis. The guy's like, I have to rule out appendicitis, you know? And he puts him on his back and he's like, now, you know, you're not allowed to really kick anybody in real life, but you're allowed to kick me. So I want you to kick my hand. So he's lying on the bed and he's just booting this doctor in the foot. And I was like, this man is like normal bedtime. This is crazy. Yeah. Just fucking throwing absolute Shawn Michaels in there. Bosh, bosh, bosh. And then the guy was like, yeah, if it was his appendix, he wouldn't be able to do that at all. Appendix, he wouldn't. If it's his appendage, appendix, he wouldn't be able to do that. And I was like, great. Good. Glad it took 7 hours to figure that out. Yeah, let's go home. Shout out to NHS. Guys, this is a call to action. You want to know what to do with your life? Be a nurse or a doctor. Because it seems like there's 3 of them in the world. Get out there, get into medicine. That's all I'm saying. It's fucking nobody about it.
Wait, boiling?
You boiling? It is sweaty in here. But man, you wanna fucking just people watch? A&E.
Yeah.
And then kids A&E, crazy.
Yeah.
Kids coming in with police. 3 police persons. PSNI. Our bravest.
Escorting the children?
Escorting a fucking like 13-year-old wee girl in, who was holding her arm up in there. I was like, what? You know, you're like, what? Where do you start?
Yeah.
You know? And then one parent has to wait out in the hallway. Can't have 2 parents in at once. I'm waiting out in the hallway. Cops walk past. The guy's like, you look happy. And I was like, oh, delighted. And he goes, but happier with a mic in your hand. And I was like, aye.
Mate. At the waiting room at the children's hospital? Can we drop banter like that?
Yeah, I know, exactly. You don't know what's going on in there.
I know.
Jesus Christ. But all sorts going on in there. And you like I said to him earlier, normal A&E, chaos. Imagine that, but everyone is a crying child. Disaster.
Yeah.
And then I had to wait in the hallway. It's slightly soundproofed in the main waiting area. In the hallway, you're getting the echoes of all these rooms. was like a fucking actual nightmare.
And you didn't bring the bows?
I didn't plan for the boat. Man, I was in fucking the work. I was in like shitty trainers and a thing and a jumper that I found in the car because I was about to do a workout.
Yeah.
And then we just had to go. So I'm just sitting there like a tramp and then just listening to the horror soundtrack of the fucking, just like kids like, no, mom. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my fucking God.
You slept well last night?
Oh, I did sleep well.
The dreams?
Nothing will knock you out like 7 hours in the waiting room. You know? I'm down.
Same as my flight.
And the whole time, exactly.
Fucking hell, you could have come out to see me at that time.
That's what all I was thinking was I could have flown to New York in this time. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, that's a whole flight to New York.
What did you do to occupy yourself?
Just check to see what time it was and if we could make it to McDonald's at Rushmere. Which, you know, it shut at 11, so that dream was gone. As soon as it ticked over, I was like, oh, well, for fuck's sake, no selects for anybody now. For fuck's sake, now the day's ruined. For fuck's sake, you know.
Man, I got a KFC for the first time in the States. Absolute dog food. Terrible.
Ugh.
Just purple chicken.
Oh.
Absolutely rotten.
I know you do. I mean, I've gone off chicken a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I've gone off it a wee bit because someone told me one time that there was a malfunction in a chicken house. This guy telling me when he was younger, he worked at a chicken house. Some sort of malfunction with the thermostats or whatever, and it got very hot. And he goes, these chickens, they basically just melt into the floor. And I was like, oh, that's not even a real animal.
Jesus Christ.
But I've gone off it a bit. But you do get you get like a hot wing out of KFC. You're like, what'd you do to that chicken for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just take its wing off and.
Oh, well, some of them are like, you know that video where it's like if an athlete fucking tears something, and they show that video of like the meat on the bone and it just falls off. Yeah. One of the wings was like out there, like the chicken was falling off and it was like purpley and pink, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Man. It's very rare now that I won't go toe to toe with the Colonel, but I was like, I'm not doing it this time.
No amount of herbs and spices is going to fix this?
Nah, absolutely diabolical.
What had you in a KFC?
Well, I went for like, there's no bonus banquets out there.
Who were you with?
I was by myself at the house, 4 wanks deep, hungover as shit. And then I was like, oh, you know, KFC would be a go-to hangover meal for me back home. Yeah. So I'm sure like I'd say it probably won't be the same. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's worse. Way worse. Some of these change, you're like, it doesn't even make sense. You shouldn't even be allowed to attach the same name because the product is so different. You know? Yeah. Domino's in America, totally different pizza. KFC tastes like absolute shit.
I know the McDonald's is what, you know, like we went to McDonald's in Vietnam just for the crack. Got some little local treats. Yeah. McPho.
Yeah. McBambi.
You know, literally. It's like a Big Mac and a baguette.
McBambi, but this.
No, there was that. We got some fucking, what would you know, like you know when you go to fucking, Lee Garden and you get it's like rolled up dick skin. It's like a big floppy noodle with like stuff up the middle. We got the McDick skin, whatever that was. Like they had that there. So I'm sitting there with a fucking Big Mac and then a side of the wee Slurpee dick skins.
I just can't. It's just fun now to go over in your head and think of all the Asian dishes and put Mick in front of it. McCrispy duck pancakes.
McGyoza. I know him.
McChow, man. Oh fuck!
Oh dear!
But the boys, about 6 hours sleep between us.
6 hours sleep between us. You know what I mean? You didn't make it to fucking Bonnapalooza. What's it called?
No, Bonnaroo. No, I did not.
Thank God.
And thank fuck, the whole thing was cancelled. Disaster. And it was like day off announcement.
Rained out
of it. They had to cancel the whole thing. Disaster. So thank God I didn't go.
Yeah, what a money pit that
I was
would have
this
been.
close too. This close. And then I was like, no, I'll not bother. Or you know what it was? Getting my phone fucked me.
Oh yeah, the big phone loss of 2025.
Yeah. Oh, I'd say I'll have some of the messages on WhatsApp when I get this UK number back.
When are you sorting that out?
Like literally today or tomorrow.
As soon as you get off the bus?
As soon as I'm in Oma, I'll be going straight into O2.
Give me that sim.
What a fucking nightmare.
Oh dear.
You never think like, because I went to see Turnstile, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to be a rowdy one. I'm going to wear zipped trousers, right? So I had them on me. And, jumping about, having a good time, having a merry old time, took one video. I was like, I'll take one video, one of my favorite songs, and that was it. And I swear to God, I like reached my phone in my pocket, and it was just the dreaded, like, oh, fuck, it's gone. And then I'm like looking for it, but at a gig like that, where everyone's going buck mad,
Everyone's stomping.
you're like, there's no point even looking for this.
Yeah.
So I just accepted it, and I enjoyed the rest of the concert. And then at the very end, I went to guest services. There was like 70 people deep in this queue, and one of the guys was saying that he'd saw like a group of guys at the concert taking things from people out of their pockets, out of their bags, passing it back to the guy behind them, and then the one at the very back would like fucking sprint off or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, did I get fucking pickpocketed at this gig? I don't know, but again, the zip stayed up like, so I was like, I fucking must have been, because everyone in the queue was saying that they had the same thing happen to them. So I was like, bollocks.
Because these be watching you, like, take your phone out, put it back.
Yeah.
They'd be watching that sort of shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to just put it in the pocket, leave it there.
Yeah, it was
Not
fucking
touch it.
mad. But I tell you what, unbelievably fucked from the day that it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Right up until today.
Oh yeah.
Because everything is attached to my UK number. So I went into the Apple shop. First of all, shout out to Jared in the Apple shop in New York. Lovely fella.
Shout out.
Informed me that it was 24 hours a day, the Apple shop in New York. 24 hours a day. And I was like, you must have seen some shite in here at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something. He's like, can't comment. And I was like, people just be coming in here drunk. And he's like, oh yeah, all the time. And I was like, there's no need for that. There's no need for an Apple shop to be 24 hours. But I went in, got a phone, and then everything is attached to my UK number. So my Danska app, my fucking like WhatsApp,
My MyFitnessPal.
my Instagram, everything attached to the UK number.
Yeah.
So even like the only way I got back into my Instagram, which again, it is all who you know. My friend Caitlin, she has a mate, works at Instagram. I'm trying all fucking day, the day before, with the 2-factor authentication, all this shit, which, you're glad of the security, but then it does become a pain in the dick when you need it.
Yeah.
But he works at Instagram, and he was literally just able to change the password there and then for me. And I was like, God damn.
In person, or were you like?
No, Caitlin had like texted him, and then she was texting back and forth details.
Damn.
So I got that, but everything else, man, I've been playing Russian roulette with my bank account every single day, and the
Of your life.
anxiety, mental,
Oh yeah.
mental.
So you're just having to go left cash and not know how much. Can you check the balance on the phone?
Having a clue. I did one day when it came to like the last week of the month.
Yeah.
Went into T-Mobile, which is who I'm with in the States, and I was like, can I get some credit in this thing to make like one international call? And she was like, oh yeah, like, if it's just a quick call, $20 should be fine.
Fuck me.
So I put in $20, went outside, rang Danska, and it's like, you are fourth in the queue. And as soon as the person hopped on, was like, hello, welcome to Danske Bank. Bang, credit gone, phone off. Had to walk back in. And then I was like, I'll put 40 in it this time. Got the 40 into the phone, went back outside, rang up again, finally got in touch, and was like, hey, real quick, can I just know how much is in my bank account? And then, of course, they're asking security questions. What's your first pet's name? And I was like, fuck, I don't even have a pet. So then
I'm afraid of dogs. What a shit show.
Oh my God, nightmare of a month.
You might as well have been dead to me. You're like, you're not on the WhatsApp anymore.
Yeah.
You said I didn't even see the iMessages.
Yeah.
They come through, and I was like, when was this?
Yeah.
6 years ago?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
I know. But yeah, so I got Apple Care this time. But that phone had to go. There was about 4 times in the last year that it had nearly been lost. And I was like, that thing's cursed.
Do you get yourself a dumb phone, as they say? Like a burner type thing for America?
Maybe. But like I've already bought that one now, so I'm like, that one is tied into my American SIM. So tomorrow's a big day. Gotta go to O2, gotta go to the bank. Oh jeez.
Gotta do all your messages?
All my messages in the time.
I'm crawling back to you, Noma.
Jesus Christ.
Do you have any money left, Danska? Mr. Danska? If these boys ran off and fucking cleaned me out.
Yeah, no, well, thank fuck too for the extra security because they weren't able to get into any bank stuff or.
I just like to think of this guy sliding his hand into your big sweaty cheek.
Oh, what?
To get the phone out.
Hope he got pneumonia off it.
Yeah. Ran back. He's like, the phone's dead anyway. It's been frazzled with ass sweat. It isn't. I said to you, I just got a new phone and migrated all the shit onto it, and there was still a month of like fucking teething problems.
Yeah.
Like you go to do something that would, the 2-factor thing wasn't working on the bank.
The 2-factor thing is
2-factor, bro. Wise up. If you can recognize my face, that's all it should be.
Yeah.
If I'm right here, let me in.
Yeah.
You see, this is how they get you. Before you know it, you'll be begging for that chip in your head.
Yeah.
You're like, why have I to even think?
Yeah.
Get the chip in my fucking brain.
Oh, I took a chip to the head. No bother this month. No bother.
KFC
Had to
chip.
put straight in.
Plenty of room for it. Wouldn't even notice it. You got a big chip in yours. Full iPhone 16 or whatever the fuck they're on.
Yeah.
Great times. Did you watch any? You didn't see any Glastonbury?
I haven't seen any of it.
Oh, it's a great time. Before we talk about Glastonbury, I did save this. Watch this guy cleans out Portaloos. Oh yeah. What a job. Now you can make all the effort you want online, and this is all you have to do is just document your job.
Mm-hmm. Quite satisfying to watch.
It is quite sad until you see big lumps of shite like this. Yeah.
Oh Jesus. The JOBBY Sucker 5000.
JOBBY Sucker 5000. What a job, eh? Guys. And I got to the point where it was like, let me see the different stills that he's sucking on.
Why cloudy water in that one?
Oh, it's blue. It's out. Oh no. Someone on the dairy, mate.
Jesus Christ.
Dairy, mate.
Is that my house?
We could do one of them in the office.
Looks like a full rotisserie chicken.
Do you know what I just thought? It was like there's a lorry somewhere just going down the motorway packed with shit. Packed. Do you know what I mean? Like that's obviously going into some sort of container. There's just a shit lorry.
Yeah.
Carrying shit.
That's far scary. We were talking about the Final Destination, like log lorries. You'd far rather fucking take one of them.
I'll take a log to the dome every day of the week instead of drowning in shit.
Gallons and gallons of shit.
All the different festival shits right from the...
It'd be like a deluxe coloured shirt too.
Yeah.
All the brown in there.
Well, that's most of those Portaloos look like, just carrot and coriander soup and then with a few Maltesers on top. That's the scale you're going through in a festival, isn't it?
Yeah.
The dried out Maltesers.
Yeah.
Or with full diarrhea.
Dirty festival shits. Rotten.
I like the time we were at Glastonbury, they had these eco toilets that had a massive drop under it. I don't know, it must have just went like straight into a giant septic tank, and it said on it like eco toilets, and on you actually get to climb up steps into it, and then you would dump and you would just hear it like oh, dunk. You'd hear it hit the pit down below.
The pit of shite.
The pit of shite, yeah. It was a fun activity.
You never think about these fellas,
Well, that's it.
There's
always money in shite. Shite and dying, you know what I mean? You're never out of business.
Aye. Barbers, undertakers, and JOBBY suckers.
JOBBY suckers, yeah. But the guy, they do exactly what you think they do, which is like suck out the shite, and then the guy just goes on to just spray the entire inside of it, and then just be like, and it all just washes. Like there's like in front of that toilet there's another wee ledge where they just wash any piss and shit back under a wee crack, and it goes down into the main toilet. Anyway, yeah. It's crazy.
That's mad. Now I know that he's not obviously touching the feces.
Yeah.
But even using a device like that, would you feel right then having your lunch?
It's a tough lunch break. Yeah. Isn't it? I imagine when you turn around there, the guys in full Beastie Boys, like hazmat suit.
Beating the panini with a knife and fork.
Yeah. Bro. On a spear.
Yeah.
Fucking not touching anything. One of the things said, would you clean Portaloos for 32, or would you clean these for £200 a day? That's not enough.
No, that's not enough.
You need major danger money to be sucking up JOBBYs. Brutal.
Well,
Brutal times. Do you see any Glastonbury now?
No.
No?
Really, no.
That's how I live my life now as a 38-year-old.
need a full garage party.
No, just stand up like I'm at it in the kitchen. Ew. Some very mismatchy, like, timings going on there. Do you know what I mean? You're like, you put Snow Patrol on in the middle of the afternoon. You know, I'm not the biggest fan on earth, but they are a massive global band. But them on at the end.
Yeah.
Not fucking Olivia, what's her name?
Rodrigo?
Aye. What is she? I know she's huge globally, like, but for who? Children?
Yeah.
This is Glastonbury. This is an old white man sport.
Yeah.
Get Snow Patrol in there.
Yeah.
You know that the Prodigy ripping it. Watched Charlie XCX, and I was like, that's me old now. You remember? I was like, that's
quick in the chair.
That's me officially old when I watch things and go like, I don't even understand what's going on here. Because you should watch it on iPlayer, like unbelievable intro, like the fucking Prodigy are coming on, mad big fucking hyped up light show, building up, going crazy, fucking strobes and everything. And then just this wee girl appears. Is like, right, Glastonbury, get your fucking hands in the air, you and then she's like, you're dancing about. No, you're like, this is like a 15-year-old in their bedroom. Do you know what I mean? It's like such an anti-climax.
You're not about it, you're not Brad.
I'm not the Brad. That's what you said. No, I'm not Brad at all. It just didn't match up. It was so hype, and then just this wee girl come out. Put your fucking hands in the air now.
Who else was on?
Fuck.
I did see a bit of Kneecaps. I've seen it on Instagram.
I think they had Neil Young on headlining, and they probably could have moved it to the Ulster Hall. There was nobody at it.
Oh Jesus! Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon, yeah. Man, that guy's got a big face. And he's got that old man. He looks like a bloodhound. I don't know how. Do you know what I mean? You just hit that age where you're like, everything starts to sag, and you've got bollock head. But he's up there whining away, he still sounds the same.
How long was the set? 17 hours?
He probably, yeah.
Fucking nobody has more tunes than that man.
There's a bit when his guitar player put the guitar down and then did this, and like an organ fell from the roof. But it was on strings, so the guy was playing it like this. It was swinging all over the place.
No, Harvest Moon.
But I did see Kneecap were on there, ripping it. Absolutely ripping it.
Yeah, they looked fucking hype.
Yeah, the BBC didn't show it, did they? The fucking bastards. Silly, isn't it?
But then they did show that guy, and he's not. I had seen there now on Instagram. He had his US visa revoked.
Bob Villain.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, it's quite like at the same time. Like I sort of look at it and you go, it's so silly. Like it's so silly for them to be going to court and all. Like they're making an absolute fucking mountain out of a molehill.
Real scene.
And I don't like. You shouldn't even care. You should just be like, what the fuck? What do we care about a band?
Yeah.
Saying some things. Bands have said things in the past.
I've heard some stories about some real scary handlings going on in New York at the minute with like people that have moved over from Ireland even. Just getting their green cards and all, whole lives and all, built out there, away.
You see, I know everyone's going on about the Mexicans. What about all the Irish that have gone over there and enriched your life and kept your bars fucking open? Would you like to make a statement to the US government on this podcast?
Nope.
Just saying how much you love the place. And
it's great. Great time. I actually did get a text from one of my aggressively liberal friends. And she was like, I've been thinking about you a lot the past few weeks. I'll never know what it's like to be an immigrant in this country. And, I just hope you're doing okay and that, you are wanted here.
Yeah.
And at the time I was in a Taco Bell cantina, drunk off my tits. I was just like, just keep your head down. You'll be all right.
Just here to support my family. Just here to make a better life for my folks back at home. Ding, ding, ding. Ring the bell again.
Oh, I'm PayPal now for the groceries for Ma.
What?
That's what I do. I send PayPal to the sister. Be like, there's Ma shopping.
That's crazy.
Get her down to the spar.
Packet of digestives. A bit of stewing meat, whatever that is.
You can take the stewing meat off her now.
The stewing meat. Beef.
Keeps her happy.
Yeah. Unreal. Any thoughts on the Kneecap scenario?
With regards to what?
The whole thing.
Well, we talked about it before.
It is kind of scary, isn't it? Like that you can just have an opinion and then they're like, oh, you're a terrorist now.
It's really silly. It's really, really silly.
Man.
And it feels like we're never going to get out of that. You know, like people are saying, oh, like it's not as like crazy it used to be with regards to like, you know, cancel culture, all the rest and all this bollocks. It can still be fucking pretty tight, you know?
Still be pretty tight. Yeah, it's just, it is just kind of scary the way you have to keep it between the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a little bit of lighthearted news?
Yes.
Ric Flair accused of repeatedly soiling himself in Florida bars and restaurants.
Now we're talking, for fuck's sake.
That's more our speed there. WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair's wild lifestyle is no secret, but if his latest claims are true, things may be getting downright messy. If anybody has the right
to shit themselves,
to piss and shit themselves,
yeah, it's the nature boy.
I mean, the fact that he's still hitting the pints is impressive.
Yeah,
woo!
Nature calls.
Nature calls.
Sometimes you just have to answer.
Now, deleted post from Reddit's Tampa subreddit made some embarrassing accusations against the Nature Boy, claiming he's been causing trouble at bars and restaurants around Florida this year, and not in the way fans are used to.
But man, do you know what it is? Like, see, whenever you're that age and you've partied for that long, like, the only fit, yeah, like, is he? I can't even remember if Ric Flair is in a marriage or not. You know, if you're a single man, party boy for that many years, and you get to that age, your only fate is to really shit yourself at the stool. You know?
Yeah. I would just every wave of piss. Woo!
Yeah.
As it sloshes onto the floor.
Yeah.
Here we go again. Woo!
Number one or number two?
I just wooed my pants.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, fucking just party boy his whole life, like, you know? All the signs there too of just, you know, that's like looking into a fucking crystal ball there.
Yeah.
The droopy nose, the teeth,
yeah,
immediately up,
the hair clinging on there.
Yeah.
But he's done well to make it that far for a wrestler.
You're right.
You know, them wrestlers usually check out pretty early.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it's a bit like Lemmy from Motorhead. You know, he's like, stay away from the prescription stuff.
Oh, he is the Lemmy of wrestling, like.
Yeah, he's just like, man, if you want to be healthy, longevity, booze.
Yeah.
Don't be doing any fucking heroin or pills or anything.
Yeah.
Stick to the margs.
A few beers, doesn't he?
I saw a funny video the other day and it was a girl. This guy just walked up to the table with a pizza and he was like, he ordered the margarita and she was like, and everyone at the table was like, no, not me. And then he left and she was like, I ordered like a drink, like a margarita. And this motherfucker's out the back making pizza. That's the ideal scenario, really.
Oh, well, surely you knew that they can't be
like, he
that.
ordered 2 margaritas and I'd be like, well, I meant the drinks, but I will take them. Happy accident. Fair play. Speaking of fates, we went to some absolute just Father Ted spec country fate thing the other day. Like nightmare. My actual I've had 2 days in a row where I'm just like, this is hell for me.
Mm-hmm.
The hospital waiting room,
mm-hmm.
and then also this country fate where they're like, it's like, oh, let's go to this place. I've got a few wee things on for kids and all. Terrible.
Oh yeah, I was in FaceTime to you just after it.
Just fucking.
Oh man, you were knackered.
Oh man, just the cramps I was getting on my face from faking a smile.
Yeah.
All day. Get me out of here, man.
Yeah.
Just fucking queuing up for an hour for a burger.
But a face paint.
Bit of face paint that, you know, I'm not mad on the hygiene, but I'm like, you gotta wipe the brush. No wonder I'm in the hospital the day after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta wipe the brush some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Eddie gets up and he's like, what would you like? And instead of going like Tiger or something, he's like, Batman. And she's like, all right then. And then she's in Google Images like, fucking, what am I going to do to this child? Gives him
that isn't blackface.
Exactly. Oh, talking of blackface, trying to get it off. Jesus Christ. Glad we didn't put that in the internet.
Badface?
The minstrel show at the Geddes is fucking 7 o'clock on Sunday. Fucking hell, bro.
Face paint's a nightmare though. I remember one time getting it done in like primary school.
Yeah.
And it broke me out in a complete rash.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And then, you know, Ray immediately stepped in and was like, that's you now, done with the face paints.
Yeah.
Fucking looking like this, looking like that.
Out here trying to look like a mouse. No, Maureen put something on it. She's big into makeup and all. She's like, you have to loosen it up before you wipe it off. So she put some stuff on, which obviously just spread out everywhere.
Nice.
Son about to get cancelled on a Sunday night.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have any of that insider knowledge in our house. I was just in the shower with a sponge.
Yeah.
Fucking rubbing my face until the skin came off.
Scraping it off. But yeah, some of the stuff, like, I think the whole point of this thing was it was a bit like old-timey. Here's the things that would have entertained kids, in the fucking 1800s. Get the kids on the wee swing boat thing and all. You have to pull yourself. You pull the rope, go up and down.
Not an iPad inside.
Not an iPad. I wish I wish I had a fucking iPad.
Yeah.
Could have watched some goddamn videos.
Play some Royal Kingdom.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt the podcast very briefly. Just to remind you to get on over to patreon.com/the Bomb Squad Pod for a wealth of podcasts. We got the Ask Me Anything at Alls, 2 of them a month. Aaron here, he's got the New York tapes, talking to all his American buddies, Canadian buddies, buddies all over the place. And me and McCartney will be doing the monthly Bog Squad. And that's it. There's probably other shit on there too. You're going to love it.
Get on over there.
Get on over. Get the skates on.
Have a nice time.
Have a nice time. I hooked the Xbox up that I had lying there dead for years. Try and get Eddie into it a wee bit, but I didn't know there was such a cross-genre block between like Nintendo and... Do you know what I mean? I'm like, where's the motherfucking Mario Kart? Couldn't get it.
Oh, for 360, no. Nintendo exclusive.
Do you need them all? Am I gonna have to get all
if
these?
You want Mario Kart, you gotta get Nintendo.
Fucking bastard! I'm playing some knockoff card game.
Switch 2's just out, so
can you play it in the telly?
You can.
Brilliant. Order it. They rinse this motherfucker in Mario Kart.
Man, I would love nothing more than if you at 38, got a big gamer face. After ragging on it for so many years,
I was worried about that myself, because I was flicking through the games, and I went and I was like, let me take a look at the UFC here. But again, it's changed so much. There's like different packages, so it's like you can buy the game.
Oh yeah, they rent shit out.
$49.99. Then it was like, do you want to buy the next package, which has all the like legends in it? You know, it's got like all the old guys. Then there was another one that was like UFC Pride. You get all the fighters from Pride in Japan and all. And I'm like, it was £100.
Yeah, it's
for the full package.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ, what happened to it was £30 in a box?
Done. It used to be £30 no matter what the game was. And now it's like, some of them games could be up to like, by the time you buy all the fucking packs and stuff for £120.
Oh my God. Just because I want to be Hoist Gracie in the UFC and fucking pay all that money. And can you get like, do they do like a demo week or something where you can be like, let me see if I actually even like this shit?
I think back whenever I played Xbox, you could get demos, yeah.
That's what I need.
And you would get like, you could choose 1 or 2 fighters and then you would just play it. Like if you weren't looking to buy the full game, you could just fucking keep playing that.
And again, just another opportunity for, Maureen to make fun of me for being shite at something. And I'm like I couldn't get Mario Kart, so I had to get like fucking SpongeBob karting adventure or something. So I'm a fucking starfish in a car doing, flying, absolutely flying. I should have went on like easy mode or something. So I'm just bouncing off walls. Yeah. And she's like in tears, like, you're so shite at this. And I'm like, so what? I should be shite at this. I'm 30. I shouldn't be good at fucking adventure carts with.
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall for that. Just you getting defensive over getting told you're shite at SpongeBob racing.
Fella going, it doesn't matter at all.
What's it to you?
Aye, what do you like? You've been practicing all fucking night when I'm not looking.
Immediate character assassination.
I'm surprised you're awake long enough to play a computer game. It was and fair play to Eddie, you know what I mean? He's a bit like me. He just played it for about 3 minutes and just kind of went like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Shite.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I wanted from it.
Yeah, that's good, because I just burned through my whole like early teen years just playing that.
Yeah, I actually probably need to do a bit of research because I'm totally green to it. Like, I don't know where to start. I'm like, what's a good game? I need to be able to fucking talk to the TV, the remote. What's a good game for children?
Yeah,
I have no idea. Found some Lego Batman thing. It was fucking infuriating too.
was gonna say fun, no?
It was kind of fun, but it's one of them ones. It's like, hey, you want to walk over here? $14.99.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Hey, is you enjoying walking about? Oh, I bet you'd love to know what's behind this fence for $14.99.
It's like Ryanair.
Yeah, it is. You taking a bag with you into this new room? It's another $7.99. Is that how games are? Just pay every fucking step you take.
I
more money.
honestly haven't like played a game since the pandemic, but like that's a complete piss take. That's mental.
Oh, this thing, all it appeared was Robin and Batman, and you could, whatever button you hit on the remote, it swapped between characters, like which one you were playing. And then at one point, I just ran over with Batman, just beat the shit out of Robin. Eddie, fuming. He was like, "No, don't beat up Robin. He's a good guy."
And you're trying to have fun, and the wife and child are just.
I know. Get the fuck out of my house. Let me play SpongeBob Adventure Cards by myself.
You know what? If I was to guess a game that would get you going, you know what I'd say? Probably UFC was going to be my first bet. Second, I'd say I'd take you for a Need for Speed guy. Yeah.
What's that now? Just straight up
Just racing, huh?
Yeah, I think, but that feels like a game.
Yeah.
I don't want an adventure. I want the.
You don't want a quest?
No, give me a start and an end.
Yeah.
A definitive start and end.
Is that the finish line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Couldn't be more of an end.
Yeah. No, I'd say you'd like it. Banging soundtrack too. Well, the ones back in the day did anyway.
Yeah, for me to just bash off guardrails the whole way around.
Maybe a bit of Colin McRae.
Colin McRae, we have Colin McRae, which I think you might actually need and we had the Formula One as well, but I think you need the wheel and everything because the controls.
Oh bollocks!
The controls are very like heavy or something. No response at all.
Guitar Hero, maybe?
No. I can't even play real guitar, let alone fake guitar.
I could see you in Guitar Hero.
That's probably a thing too, like people who can actually play the guitar getting slagged for playing Guitar Hero, being like, you can't even shred.
Yeah.
You can't even shred in these buttons. And you're like, no, I can play in real life.
Step away from the axe.
Tiny guitar.
My flatmate, elite ukulele player.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Ukulele hero?
Woke up one day. Pedophile?
Oh, here. The hospital waiting room, the country fete, and the third hell walked into the Sunflower one day, full ukulele band playing. I was like, bro.
Doing covers?
Yeah. But I was just like, man, that's too much for me.
Yeah.
It's hard to slack. Nothing wrong with it if you're into it. But for me personally.
No, I walked in and he was sitting by himself, just ukuleleing the bit out.
Just yucking the bit out.
Floral wee fucking necklace on him. Did feel like I was in Hawaii, especially because I couldn't breathe with the heat.
It'd be funny if you get into that.
Ukulele?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I was watching him and I was like, I wonder how hard that is to pick up. Infuriating how many talents that man has.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think you could ping away at a ukulele pretty handy.
Scuba diver, bass player in like a blues band, ukulele player, fireman, ex-military man. 6 lives. This man's lived.
I was sure. What does he play already? What did you say?
Ukulele.
What was the other thing?
Oh, bass.
Bass. Yeah, he's only thinking about the ukulele. I would say if you played any other stringed guitar, you could. I looked it up once. Eddie got one in the house, and I was on the YouTube trying to tune the fucking thing and everything. Ding, ding,
Tune the lily.
ding, 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 ding. But a lot of the chords are just like, one finger. You get into it, no bother.
Yeah.
Bomb Squad Ukes.
I don't know though, maybe like fat fingers and that thing.
Well, sure, the best guy in the world is a big fat guy. You ever see that guy now?
Oh, yeah,
he's like from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Motherfucker has the gas tank up the nose now. He's dead now. R.I.P. Rest in peace.
Probably looks like a guitar hero. Fucking.
It looks like me with a normal guitar. But he had the voice of an angel. But he was, troubled by the bass.
Yeah.
The bassity. And he had the tank blowing the air up his nose and everything.
Oh, God love him.
But the man could shred that uke. Somewhere over the rainbow. Didn't even chat to me.
Is it still referred to as an axe?
No.
No.
Hatchet. There probably is if you looked it up, like a band that shreds the ukulele.
It's fun, it's fun to watch. And,
definitely.
but at a party, people be into it.
It'll immediately put you in good form.
We're trying to think of a theme for our next party. We want to have a party in August. Mm-hmm. And man, nothing draws a blank in your head, like trying to think of a good party theme that isn't just an absolute handling.
Sopranos.
I did throw into the hat like a mob boss wife thing, but they were like, it's way too hot.
Did you get a bunch of hotties with hoop earrings?
Barbecue dad party.
Oh yeah,
Barbecue dad party be good.
The grill master.
Grill master be good.
Yeah, get the New Balance on. Get the fucking
jorts.
The jorts, the tape measure.
Some of them were mad though. Like one of the boys goes, "Do you want to do an ABC party?" And I was like, "What the fuck's that?" They go, "Anything but clothes." And I was like, "So what do you wear?" And he's like, "Well, the standard one is like, wear a bin bag." And I was like, "Are you trying to kill me?"
Yeah, I'm not losing weight for a competition.
And not eat in a bin bag, drinking Stella, not a chance. Idea fell.
You in the ham suit?
Fuck. I'm boiled. Absolutely boiled ham.
What else is fun? Just have fucking a Paddy's Day in the wrong time of the year.
Well, that's what I was thinking. And they're like, well, I was like, oh, we could do like, a real old fucking Irish night type thing. And they're like, but sure, that's Paddy's Day. And I was like, just fucking do something.
Yeah. The Grill Master's a great idea.
Grill Master's good.
Go to some thrift shop, buy like an old sort of polo neck shirt that's like one colour to here, and then...
We were shooting it before I was, heading off to the airport. And I was like, some of the ideas, absolutely mad. One of the boys goes, what about outer space? And I was like, what the fuck would you even do for that?
And he's like, no, not the party, just in general. What about outer space? Isn't it crazy? The Grill Master's fun.
Yeah.
Is it all dudes?
Nope.
Couple of chicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be funny to see the girls, like in the wee dad outfit.
Yeah,
I mean,
wee mustache.
Wee mustache.
Great.
Chino shorts, ass busting out of it.
The best I've heard this year was my friend Tatiana. She had a Steve Harvey party.
That's
where
cute.
everyone just had to dress like Steve Harvey.
Bit of blackface?
She killed it. Well, she is black,
Oh, well, that's
so she just got a bald cap.
that's a cheat code, isn't it?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you turn up that party?
Walk up like the banker from Monopoly. Yeah.
You could go like old Steve Harvey, where you had the big fucking flat top afro.
Yeah.
That'd be class.
But yeah, the theme party, I'm just like, just get a pile of in there.
There's somewhere in New York, there's probably an actual party happening that's not themed that looks like a Sopranos party.
Yeah.
Where they're all in the fucking tracksuits and...
Yeah.
What's that famous line in Sopranos where he's like, such and such said he was at your house when you were having a barbecue, and he's like, a Don doesn't wear shorts.
Oh yeah.
Should I call my show that this year?
A Don doesn't wear shorts.
Yeah, it's just me standing at a barbecue. What should I call my shows this year?
Tony's in his shorts flat out.
I know, but that...
Yeah, so like an actual mob boss.
Yeah.
Contacted him
Oh shit.
like in real life and was like, would never wear shorts.
Jesus.
The mob boss is scared of getting the pens out.
That might be the best, like the ultimate handy look. Just big oversized short sleeve shirt, pair of shorts. Can't beat it.
I got a lot of compliments on the shirt I wore in the McCartney podcast.
Yep.
People going, that's a nice shirt, Colin. Where'd you get that?
What was the shirt?
I went in the next to get a plain white shirt for the wedding. Mm-hmm. And this caught my eye, this sort of quilted blue shirt thing.
Nice.
And I stuck it on. And I looked pretty much exactly like James Gandolfini the day that he had a heart attack and died. Absolute Gandolfini heart attack spec.
Nice.
It was cool. And then I wore it to that gig the other day in the fucking Balmoral Hotel, and Butler said to me, the bear in the big blue shirt, and I laughed.
Man,
And I went, the queer in the wee, whatever you're wearing.
if anyone knows where to roast you in Disney, it's Butler.
Boom, roasted. Disappears like a genie. Andrew Ryan was there as well. Dr. Doom. Man, the guy, he's like, I've had a terrible 10 days now. And then just told me fucking 8 horror stories in a row. And then he finished with his cat had a fucking hairball or something. It cost him $2,000 to get it out of its ass. And I was just like, well, glad you kept that one to the end after all the other fucking horror stories. And then I said to him, well, you know yourself, these things happen in sevens. And he laughed. That was a good gig. At Balmoral show. Guy in a Bomb Squad hat down to the right there.
Unreal.
That was nice. It was a nice show. A couple of nice shows. Squealing Pig. banging.
It's
Oh
fucking
my
fun.
god. Willie, I had to fill in for Willie because he was triple booked, and Jared, who runs that, was like, I don't suppose you, because he knows I'm close, he's like, you wouldn't just scoot down the road and cover for William? And I was like, sure. You know what we call that in the business? An upgrade. Bosh. Bosh. A lottery win. Only messing it, but fuck me, talk about hate. Fucking Boyle was MCing and he came down the stairs and he just had a fucking like mitt full of like bar fucking napkins and he was just like, fuck me, sir. His neck was soaking and I was like, oh my god.
Like an old black comedian on stage.
Yeah, he was literally drenched.
Burning man. Just
Do you ever be up there and it's boiling and there's the lights and everything and you're getting the sort of like, you know, the flare off the lights and for a second you go, I could faint.
man, there's nothing worse.
Do you ever get that? You get that sort of like, you forget where you are for like 2 seconds and then you're like, whoa, Jesus.
Lavery's, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's got hotter. Performing on stage there has got hotter. Or I've got fatter. Either or.
You see, I think I've got the hang of Lavery's now. I don't know.
Fuck it, it's hot.
Like I can go up there in a sweatshirt and kind of just be fine.
Nope. I'd be soaking.
No, but you give it,
Biggins.
but you swing for the
No,
fences
big
up there. You know what I mean? You're not up there half arsing it.
I had a fucking fun night getting gigs too this month. Boys cleaning up. Got past another comedy club. Huge W. Sesh comedy.
Sesh comedy.
So I'm in there now. The guy kind of threw me for a loop because he texted me like a random Thursday and was like, hey, do you want to come down tonight? Basically an audition. So I was absolutely shit myself. And man, the lineups absolutely stacked. Like, you know, I went in there and it was like, the first guy I seen was like Ian Fidance.
Oh, nice.
And he, exact same in real life, by the way. First thing he says to me, it was my first night, and he goes, do you know if you can smoke cigarettes in here? And I was like, oh, I couldn't tell you, it was my first night.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh shit, welcome, man. And then I was like, I don't know if it's better that I said this and reference this, but I just said to him, I was like, I'm really sorry, I'm really bad at pretending I don't know people. And I was like, I love your podcast with Jordan. And he's like, oh, thanks, man. And then he came out and watched the set, and it was like him, and like I was definitely like lowest in like follower count and all this here kind of shit, and probably arses and seats. But I was like, you ever go to a gig sometimes and you're in a monologue, but he's a bit nasty to you? I was like, man, I don't know if I should be here, like some fucking bollocks moma. And then went up there, nervous, and I have to say, I said about 3 gigs a year, absolutely destroyed. Absolutely.
You don't think this man knows about Sesh? He is in fact the Sesh Lord.
It was great. Just a real, like it was the first room I think I've done.
Did you
in
come
New
off
York.
stage and be like, Ian, smoke whatever the fuck you want, big man. Fire me one up. I'm gonna Ric Flair it and pish my pants in the corner. I can do whatever I want this time.
Oh, it was so fun. It was like the first room I've done in New York that did just feel like a Lavery's.
Oh.
You know, because it's like it's well set up. It's like, you know, they've got banging tunes on beforehand and all, and then the crowd, man. I don't know what it is, but if it's the location of it or because it's a wee bit sort of secret and all, that it attracts a certain clientele. Everyone in there, 8 out of 10. Sexiest crowd of all time.
Really?
Oh my God.
Nice.
And you do, like, when you're performing for a real sexy crowd,
Yeah.
you do just feel like a circus freak show. Like, you know, I'm up there pink sweat and my back is soaking.
Yeah.
And I'm making these absolute worldies giggle.
Well, that's the one thing they can't do, these good-looking people.
Yeah.
Is make themselves laugh.
Yeah.
You know, they're too busy, you know, fucking buying hair products and all.
That was great crack.
You need to go and see some fucking donkeys, make them laugh.
And then I came off. He booked me for the next night. And then he booked me just the week past there again. So I think now I've kind of got into a new spot,
Yeah.
which is great.
Listen, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You're going in there as a ringer. There's people you're going like, oh, I'm a big fan of you and all. They probably haven't been doing stand-up as long as you. You're an absolute wolf in sheep's clothing. You're a wolf in a pig jacket. Strolling about there.
And now I've only one last place to go, the top of the mountaintop, the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, which ironically not the best place to go watch comedy, I think.
Yeah.
You know, as an institution. You know, too many rules and this and bags and phones and fucking sit there. Remember we got split up? Walked down, you were gone. I was like, where do you go? They've just ushered you away to another table.
Yeah.
2 drink minimum. Can I get the fucking 2 drinks? Can I get 6 drinks? How about that?
Well, Sash doesn't even have their liquor license, so they're just selling big fat cans,
Class.
which is great.
That probably adds to it.
Big fat cans of Claw, big fat cans of Modelo. Lovely, like.
Can you get a bigger can of Claw?
So, where do you hear this?
I'm listening.
A new drink unlocked. The White Claw Surge, which is like same flavors, whatever.
Yeah.
Double the strength.
Same size of can? Mm-hmm. God damn.
Now, I tell you what, you're drinking them like a regular one, you'd be misinformed. It will put you on your hoop. I was like getting a bit too drunk.
So what is it, like 9% or something? What is it?
I think so, yeah. It's like a big, thick blue can. It just says White Claw Surge, whatever. But again, same flavors, whatever. But you notice it when you're drinking it. You're like, oh my God, this isn't just quite as like, you know, tasty.
Yeah.
And as easily drank as a standard White Claw. So it sneaks up on you big time.
Yeah.
Especially in big fat cans.
God.
So I had like 3 of them. And I was like in the green room, which is like, not even, it's kind of like one of them spots where it's like there literally is no green room.
Yeah.
You know, you're like beside the toilets and all the comics are sitting there chatting away to each other or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and they're all chatting about stand-up and they asked me something about, oh, what's it like back in Belfast? And I'm like 3 cans deep, forget where I am, and I go, it's fucking class.
Doing one of my ones there. Huh? What? Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Again, see when you're sitting in one spot, just drinking cans?
Yep, the legs go.
And then you get up to go to the toilet and you're like, oh, fuck. I'm fully pissed. And then, of course, the guy at the very end's like, thanks for coming down, man. That was great. And I was like, sir, thank you very much. Hey, I'm away now for a lock of jar.
You're some man. Shake my hand. Shake my hand. There you are. Way too close to him. Some spot you got here, lad. Something you got going on here must do a bit of a turn, does it? As long as you're taken care of. So much. Same time tomorrow. Come on.
That was great. Felt great. It's just nice to get into another place too. Like that was probably every gig I've done there. I've done 3 so far, and every gig I've done, the lineups have been fucking crazy. Like crazy lineups.
That's where you belong, in there.
Good crack.
In the mix.
Good crack.
And then, you know, soon enough, someone's going to be slobbering about you because you're too good. You'll fall out with someone.
Oh, well.
Yeah, fuck them. Eat my ass. Oh, you'll be bouncing about town all week now.
Yeah.
You know, when you get like regular spots in all these places.
Well, that's it. With New York Comedy Club and then them, now I'm like, I've got a consistent amount of gigs now, like a week, which is great. That's all I really want. And now I just have to approach the cellar.
Please, sir. Can I have a gig, sir?
That place, that'll be the ultimate fucking scare fest. Like,
why?
Lineups, legacy of the building, whatever, how strict they are with like booking and stuff like that.
Did I tell you about what Adam Rowe told me?
What's that?
This isn't really my story to tell, but he was down doing his work in progress things in Lavery's, and it was like Adam Rowe and friends, and they had 2 shows on, and we're trying to shove the last few tickets for the second gig. And he goes to me, do you want to do a spot? And I was like, I'll be there anyway. So yeah, I'll jump on. And I was like, who have you got with you? And he goes, I was going to get Mickey and Shane to also do a spot. And I was like, for me, Mickey and Shane and him. I was like, this ticket should be 500 quid. So I was like, yeah, of course. And then me and Mickey were at the back chatting to him. And he was talking about being in New York, did a spot. I think he did a spot one night at the Cellar and then just went as a punter another night, I think, something like that. And then he goes, I'm going to play a game with you. So me and Mickey are sitting there and he goes, there was a final comedian on who got bumped by somebody who was supposed to do 15 minutes and they did 25 minutes. And he's like, he goes, guess who it is. You'll 1,000 guesses you'll never guess. So me and Mickey are like, oh, brilliant. And we start, he's like, you're allowed a certain amount of questions. And I'm like, right, are they known for comedy? He's like, no. I'm like, male or female? Female. I'm like, okay, actor or whatever. And just whittling it down. And then as a joke, I remember I said something, or maybe Mickey was like Beyonce or something. And I'm trying to think, like, who's famous in New York that would be mates with comedians or something and end up, I'm like trying to go down. I'm like, I don't know, fucking J-Lo or something. And he's like, you're getting warmer. And I'm like, fucking hell. Who is this? Mickey was like, Beyonce? And he goes, no. He goes, Kelly Rowland? And he's like, no. And he goes, the other one? And we just kept going and until me and Mickey are just sitting there like, I can't even think.
Actress or singer?
Are we playing the game now?
Yeah.
Singer. So we got down to singer, and then I'm like, I'm just like, and then you got the point where we're just like throwing names out for. I'm like J-Lo. He's like, no, we're getting warmer, and I'm like, Cher. I don't know.
You were warm with J-Lo?
Yeah.
Like in terms of stature, or
yeah,
just like,
but J-Lo wouldn't be
as big.
Yeah.
Rihanna?
No.
Am I warmer?
You're in the right neck of the woods.
Beyonce,
Massive,
Rihanna,
like
Beyonce, Rihanna,
like icon.
Ah, fuck.
See, this is how fun the game was, because it was like absolutely. It's like kind of obvious when you get into that realm. You're like, who would all those people be probably a huge fan of? This is great podcasting. This is definitely silent.
Sorry. I'm trying to think. Fuck.
But the people at home, they'll be playing along too. Even though Adam Rose probably told this story, I'm fucking.
Fuck. They'd be fans of her. Madonna.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Me and Mickey were like, what? And Rose like, yeah, fucking Madonna did 25 minutes. She was there with like Amy Schumer. And I was like, what the fuck? Does she not have enough? This bitch. What more do you want out of life?
Did he say how she got on?
Terribly. Went up there with a clipboard, down her hole. No one's safe, Madonna. This is a horrible game to be in.
Yeah.
She went up there and fucking had bag for 25 minutes.
Like a hack.
Fucking that face being hacked. But he was like, yeah, couldn't fucking believe my eyes. It's not meant that.
That's fucking crazy.
Do you know what's...
Can't believe I got that.
Even I was like, did she get any laughs? And he goes, no, the whole crowd was just had this fake smile, like, as you would.
Also, 25 for your first spot.
25's right.
Come on, Madonna. Good 7, tight 7, didn't you?
I know. I was like,
Couple of like a virgin puns.
yeah, exactly.
Take your bag, get home.
You know, that joke doesn't go. It's just fucking time goes by so slowly. When you're down in your hip.
Who would you get in Lavery's that would be like, a non-comedian that the crowd would go, holy shit, I was in Lavery's last night. I'll never guess who was there.
Pamela Valentine.
Yeah. Oh, Pam would clean up.
She would clean up.
Pam would.
I don't know, but even Madonna, 5 minutes in, if she didn't get a laugh, you'd be like, that's enough now.
Yeah.
Get off.
Yeah. Any sort of laugh.
Sorry for
like,
blasting that story out there, but it was fun. It was a fun game.
Yeah.
I'll probably get a letter from Have a Word to Inc. now and be like, don't be talking about that.
That is fun.
But that was a fun night. His friends and friends show.
Good gig.
Good, great crowd. Great times. Great times all around,
Give me FOMO that one night. I was like, fuck, I'll be about to be that.
Yeah. Everyone can. It was one of them ones where, like, depends what night you get Lavery's on, where, people may be having a few beers, or we definitely had a laugh, like, but everyone was just kind of going home.
Yeah.
Sad old comedians.
Yeah.
That's enough for me now. Up past my bedtime.
Mickey not even trying to plant seeds now?
I mean, he's got a handful of seeds at all times.
Yeah.
He's ready to drive the car into the river.
Yeah.
I'll just leave my car in the middle of a bonfire. I don't get one of pints. No, there's no word from him now. Those 2 shows will do you in though. The back-to-back shows.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting around.
Now you'd be trained.
Yeah. But no, it's fun times. Colin Murphy down Lavery's the other week. Delamere.
Class.
Colin Murphy dripped out. Low-key drip.
He always is, hey. He's swag, man. Very swag.
Sitting beside me with these like yellow made in England New Balance, and I was like, these are nice. And he goes, yeah, got them 30 quid off Vinted. And I was, you did not. Me out here spending 220 quid on them like a wanker. He's like, yeah, they're brand new. Someone's selling them. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah, some people are so good at that. Like, even I was talking about Bobby, thrift shop master.
Yeah.
I do not have the patience for it.
No.
Like, I'll walk in, go straight to the jacket section, look for a bright colour. If I find one, look at the tag, medium, I go right on my way home.
Business idea. Big thrift.
Big thrift. Big thrift, be good.
Yeah. Tokyo
Smallest is XL.
Tokyo thrift.
Tokyo thrift.
Yeah.
Tokyo thrift.
Yeah. That would be cool. That's what we should do, big thrift. Don't send it in unless it's XL and up.
Well, I did see there, Action Bronson did a thing with Depop where he was selling a few of his garments.
Oh?
Yeah. Too big though.
As much as I love him, I'm not wearing an Action Bronson cast off, like,
Yeah.
stinking of garlic,
Yeah. No, you'd have to do some washing.
covered in olive oil and all.
There was one I seen and it was like these old school Laker shorts. And I was like, they'd be fun now to wear about for the crack. Take a look to see. 3XL. Looked like a parachute.
I'll be alright with a bunda.
Oh geez, no, I'm XL in the shorts.
Have basketball shorts changed? Are they now a bit shorter? They're not as like massive as they used to be.
I'm not sure because you see a mix. You know, I'll see, which again, very American. The basketball shorts, like where it is touching the kneecaps, but they're not as common as you think. A lot of it is the shorter shorts.
Because I've seen shorts that are like the meshed. You know, they got the holes in them.
Yeah,
But they're like what would they be, like a 5-inch or something? Like short.
yeah,
Quite like them now.
yeah.
I wore a pair of Canterbury shorts to jiu-jitsu the other week. And they're proper like rugby sort of flexy shorts, no pockets in them or anything, proper sport shorts. And I was wearing them and I was wrestling with this fella and I got my leg caught in a fairly compromised position and I went to move and I could have sworn my dick was out. Like that's where he would have tapped me when I went, fucking whip. They were absolutely wedgied up and I was like, my cock has fallen out the side of this. And I had to check and then he was on my back before I knew it.
I got the most aggressive airport pat down on the way here today.
Fisted?
Like, you know, everyone has like a fucking story about getting at the airport, the search. And I was like, I think I finally got the airport attire down to a T. Shorts,
Yep.
nice wee loose t-shirt, not too heavy material wise, you know, and then just sit in the plane. And then if you need to put a hoodie in the bag, put it on if it's too cold.
Yep.
And I'm going through and it always fucking beeps. And I'm assuming on these it's because of like the drawstring has the wee bit of on the end. And then the guy goes, I have to search whatever. And I was kind of getting like tight for the flight. So I was like, yep. And he goes, can I do it here? And I was like, yep. And then he's doing like the sort of back of the palm around the ass cheeks. But then, and I was not expecting this at all, he puts his hands together and goes in between the legs and then just without word of warning shoots right up to the bag and then saws it. And I was like, man, you can stop it, I'm gonna get hard.
Probably give you the prayer emoji, did it? Take me to church. Bosh.
I couldn't believe it. I was like full, like, you know, touched me dick and balls in like one fatal like swoop.
From the back?
Yes. I was like, Jesus, I haven't been touched in a while, but the bus.
I'd love to, you know, someone actually, like he goes like this and he just goes, everybody get down! And you're like, haha, bitch, handgun.
It's like, man, you're gonna have to wash that after, right?
Yeah. He's just like,
Stroganoff.
yeah, that's fuck. Lazy garlic.
So rotten, like, so rotten.
That's one of the joys of being a sweaty when them boys have to search you and you're like, best of luck.
Clock in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need a prayer, all right.
Steam belting off you.
I don't know. He looked too fussed about it there.
Yeah.
He's like, for fuck's sake, could you not wear something else?
Sorry, I have to search you in these silken shorts.
Man, it was
I gotta really smell your ass out of them.
way too much, like,
Ugh.
way too much.
Dear God. Oh my God. Right, we gotta get out of here soon to slide on over to the page. What do you think of this before we go? The Liver King wants to fight Joe Rogan.
I seen that assassination attempt, not just the fight.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, the guy had like a fucking little box with a gun in it. You know, maffed out of it too. You see his face?
Yeah, he doesn't look well.
He got all the meth scrabs.
He kind of looked
Bumps
purple,
and cuts.
purple before, and now he looks. He's got the big scrot eyes. When I can get a photo of it. Yeah, he's looking pretty haggard.
What a mugshot. Was he gonna give you a quest?
Oh God.
Who's that beside him?
That's that other Brian Johnson. So they're both called Brian Johnson. But that's the guy who's the fucking, he's obsessed with, he's like sucking the blood out of his son and drinking it and all.
I remember waking up to the news and seeing it. And it was just one of those ultimate things where you're like, man, the fact that it isn't an Onion headline is mental.
Mm-hmm. I know. But like, it's one of those scenarios where you're like, that's not going to end well.
No.
Is Rogan not walking around with like fucking Navy SEALs and all?
Oh, yeah.
Man, the guy would just get pebble dashed.
On the mothership has like its own TSA.
Yeah.
You know?
He'd be like, I'm here to see you. Just fucking liver everywhere.
I watched some of the videos and like,
Picking his own bollocks off the floor.
because he posted like 8 or 9 videos the day before of just, him meth ranting into the front facing camera. And it was a tough watch. Like, I was like, God love that man. Get him some help.
And you hate to even entertain the idea, but Joe Rogan would beat the shit clean out of him.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to see it. Just on his back like a fucking spider monkey.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Has he said anything about it?
I don't think so. Maybe just like a bit of a statement. Like an official type thing where he was just like, yeah, the guy threatened my life or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what my favourite thing about the Liver King is? Anyone that meets him is just like, that guy stinks, bro.
Oh, of course.
Isn't that crazy? After all the fucking PEDs and liver pills and whatever, your main legacy is there's like fucking stinks.
Smells like Ric Flair at Margaritaville.
Yeah. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. The guy that eats cow bollocks all day does not smell good.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
But that was the whole thing then. It was like, he was saying that he got that jacked for all that. And it was just roids.
Yeah. But it is, I watched the documentary, but who gives a fuck?
The roids never end well.
The guy, it's not like a Lance Armstrong thing where he's won like fucking load of world championships and all.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking guy on roids. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. You were saying everyone knows in the Zambies?
Everyone.
Mad.
Yeah, my dad on the Zemps. Guy's losing weight from the head down, and he's only got the about mid shoulder now. Skinny face, tiny shoulders, and then just goes out like a fucking like he's wearing a prom dress.
Man, I don't even know if the Zambies are fit for the hard dad gut. That thing does not go down. That is a brick wall.
Yeah. Seen a few boys, they're losing a bit of gut, but the head's still giant.
Yeah.
It's like people say you can't like target weight loss, but seemingly these Ozempics have you losing weight in weird orders.
God knows what way I'd lose it.
They'd be like, oh, the gut's gone, tit's still there.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Ass still stacked.
That'd be so funny if you went on them and just got absolutely, 8-pack jacked, and then the ass just didn't do anything to the ass.
Big fat ass, yeah.
Big wobbler in the back. Absolute bounder.
Fuck those weight. Anytime I try to lose weight, it's always like face first. And you're like, oh great, can the rest of the body kick in now?
Well, that is what they say. You lose it from the face down. I guess we'll never know.
Not in this lifetime.
This lifetime? No, fuck that. Anyway, will we get out of here? Oh, that's another sad bit of news there. They're looking to ban nicotine pouches in Ireland. So, Health Minister, good luck, woman.
I could smuggle them over for you.
I've seen boys flat out on the Lost Mary still, so good luck. I'll have them in the anus.
Again,
come get them. Come get them. Ass full of pouches. Ass full of Nordics. Anyway, shall we do a Patreon episode for these mother fluffers?
Let's do it.
Great. Guys, thanks for listening. It's
Thank
been
you
an
very much,
absolute,
folks.
pleasure talking to you. What's this?
Shut up!
Yeah, get yourself over to patreon.com/the Bond Squad pod. Probably be a whole pile of cool shit coming up there in the near future.
Oh, yeah.
Little live pod from Lavs. Probably some sort of highlight videos.
This Sunday will be fun now.
A wealth of
Bonus
previous
content.
episodes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Who's been your last 3 guests on the New York?
This
tapes
month
there?
we had Bobby. The month before we had Spencer. And then the month before we had... Who was it? The month before now? Katie Boyle.
Boilers. Happy days. It's all over there, guys. Get on over, and we'll see you next week. Good luck and fuck you.